I think you've always, in your own funny rides, have prepared for a conversation with this person. Not that you've been wanting a conversation or you're asking for it, but it's like you're preparing for this moment. Get on the same page and answers right there. I think you want some answers out of this person. And that's what I'm saying. You're willing to compromise, not in a sense, again, this is how this collective feels about the person you're connected with. Again, go to part 1 to make sure all this makes sense. But you're trying to understand something. Now, I do know that I see the twin flame card that, you do label this person as your twin flame. But I feel like with this collective, you truly do understand what the twin flame journey is, but I think that you're in the spot of, just because they're my twin flame doesn't mean I have to take them back. And let's be real, I always say with divine counterparts, the whole point of twin flame journeys is to come to union with yourself, not your person. And the hard reality sometimes with twins is, and that's why separation takes for so long, is because by the end of the day, everything's tied in with free will. If your person's not willing to get together, and by the end of the day, if this twin flame or not, I do not care what label it is. And I feel like that's how this collective is thinking right now. If this person destroyed me, hurt me, put me through all of this damage as far as mentally, emotionally, to build myself back up again, why would I want that back? And I think that's what this collective is sitting with. Makes me curious with that twin flame too. If you're trying to navigate too with that, get on the same page. I think you're trying to get some answers to see, okay, maybe we do need this, deep conversation, this quality time together to really see if this is my twin. Yes, I do think there is a spiritual connection, but there is something about, I don't know how to word it. It's like you're wanting to see if this is something you truly want back, or if this is something that is truly spiritual, or is it more of a trauma bond? I think in a funny way you go back and forth on it. I see the twin flame card. I think you do look at this person as your twin, but everything I'm seeing right here, there's nothing here about really I'm feeling even of, I gotta have this person back. Let's do another one. Oh, okay, then I got soulmate. Bad influence, that's what... I think you're truly in this mindset right now. Cool, I've met my twin flame. Yes, it destroyed me. Yes, it did this. I healed myself. I did all this shadow work. Now I'm going to go find a soulmate. I think you're willing to move on to the next best thing, but it's like maybe this is a closure thing for you with that, okay, I'm down to hear what they have to say. It's like there's something maybe for this collective about closure a little bit. There is something about you want to be not friendly with this person as far as being friends with them, but you don't want any more hard feelings. It's kind of like you want to cut ties with this person and move on. Don't make it fit. Let me do a couple more. So I got obsessed, and then false connection, and then forbidden love right here. That's where exactly what I was talking about for this collective. I think that it's like you want to see them one more time to see, like, is this really my twin flame, or have I been obsessed this entire time? Is this just more of a lesson for me, or not really a divine connection? Have I been wrong this whole time? It's like you're trying to find answers from yourself. It's like you don't need any more answers from your person. It's more because of the damages that have been done. But yeah, with that physical love and forbidden right there, I feel like this person's always treated you like a forbidden fruit, but I also do feel like they've always every time you think of this person, maybe it's been more of a physical connection more than it really is actually having a bond. I'm not saying you guys did it in your own right, but I think that is something you finally came to realization about. It's just been a physical relationship. I'm going to be honest, the way I'm feeling about this reading, I don't know if this is a twin flame connection. I'm going to be honest, because I just feel like the way I'm feeling for this collective, there's just, every time you think about this person, it's the amount of toxicities they put you through. Okay. Let me see before I get into your person. What is that? Because with that inner child and shadow work, what is something this collective you had to work on during this time of separation? closed off, not emotionally available, distracted, hurt in the past. That's what I just said. I think of this part one, can't remember. This person could have really turned you off when it comes to love. And I always say true divine counterparts. Yes, you guys can end off very, oh yeah, we know that. Okay, you guys can end off very dramatically, very chaotically. But I always say twins, true twins. You guys improve each other's lives separately. You guys build each other up better. I think this person like ripped you bare skin as far as your soul, and then you've had to learn to scrape and crawl your own right. I think this person broke you down. And yes, twin flames do that, but I think the way this person hurt you was so ending. You're not pretending that it's not ending, but it's time to let go and make a fresh start. Maybe this collective, maybe that is like a part of your shadow work that you had to work on, is maybe after this like separation, maybe you were very obsessed over this person. Maybe you were very like with that twin flame. Maybe you did get caught up in that twin flame label and go, that's my twin, that's my twin, that's my twin, blah, 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 and go a million miles an hour. Now with that ending, with that, you're not pretending that it's not ending. It's kind of like you're literally not faking anymore. I think it truly, this collective, you do think it's over. Let me see what else. Getting that all backwards. Let me see what else this collective had to work on during this time when it came to their person. Okay, public image, and then brief affair. I'm telling you, I think there's been some infidelity go on. Brace for a sudden ending, short but sweet, and can't last right there. But with that brief affair, I'm, again, short-lived romance between the two of you. But then I did get public image. Again, this is kind of your shadow. Worried about appearances, can't relax, and very conceited. Maybe this collective that is, especially if this person, I'm sorry, again, giant trigger warning, if this person left you for somebody else or whatever the case is, maybe this collective, because I did get obsession here, I think maybe this collective, maybe you got a little too obsessed over the new person your person went to, or the person that, because it's like, what do they have that I don't? Why do they look prettier or more handsome? Gender doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, why did they look a certain way? What is it about them they liked, not me? And maybe that is a hard thing for this collective, is maybe you're just at this point in your life where you're coming out as your authentic self, and you're not trying to be like everybody else or trying to be what society looks like. You're actually trying to be who you are. Maybe you faced some challenges when it did come to your insecurities. Maybe you did always, before you guys went into separation, you always used to talk down on yourself. Maybe, and again, I'm not saying it's your fault by no means, but maybe you were always asking for validation out of your person, and maybe they would give it to you, they may not. With that ending, though, I feel like all that's kind of like done. You've kind of healed that version of yourself. Again, don't make it fit. But that's what I'm saying with that brief affair. For one, short-lived romance, but I think there was an affair done, and I think it broke this collective. I think you already, and that's where I could see where this collective, you could view this person as your twin, because, I always say twins, like when we choose not to heal certain shadow aspects of ourselves, the universe will send our twin flame our way to break us, to strip us bare minimum, down to the depths of our soul, and we have to heal those shadow parts of ourselves. So maybe for the longest time, maybe not right now, you've been kind of in this, well, my person had to do this to me so I can build up my insecurity. I could learn how to, not care too much what other people think of me. But now I don't think you're giving that person that leverage anymore. Now I think you're seeing things for how they are, as far as no, they cheated on me, they betrayed me, they made me feel like this and did nothing. I think there was a lot of things tied into this. All right, but now, actually, before I get into how does this person feel about you, I'm going to get into tarot. I'm only going to pull a few cards. I want to see, what did this person do? What did they do? Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Ace of Cups in reverse. Oh, yeah. And Knight of Wands. I always say my Knight of Wands is kind of my boy energy card, they were not down for commitment, and that's exactly what has kind of happened. And with that Ace of Pentacles, I'm also hearing, sorry again, trigger warning, I brought up in this part, last part, can't remember, about